Okay, I got a new poem for y'all. Been writing it for about 7 months. Finished it probably like 2 weeks ago, and I think I'm finally satisfied with how it's, how it flows and how it sounds. I'm hoping y'all like it. If I got any input whatsoever, please feel free to comment afterwards and let me know what y'all think. But the poem is entitled "Storms Will Come." It's kind of inspired by "Can You Stand the Rain" by Boyz II Men. That's the overall theme. But here it is. Storms are gonna come, and all I asked was, could you stand the rain? See, I wanted you to stand by me, on my left or my right. Didn't matter much as long as I knew which, so I knew where I was most vulnerable. I guess the whole time I should have been asking you to stand up for me. I guess that was me poorly setting an example of what a man should ask for from his woman in his times of need. See, I never even heeded the warnings from outside parties because I had it. I had you. Through and through, even as the plot thickened, so did our love. See, we were building upon a foundation so many envied. You wasn't my right hand, you were my right brain. You would even control the portion that handled pain. You would dull my discomfort on days when life was at its bittersweetest. Even tolerated my BS on the days when I was the weakest because I didn't feel like my future was the bleakest. And on the days when I glowed about my strength, she would just point out my weakness. And in return, I gave you every piece of me that I could, since you always took the good with the bad. Even helped me stay hungry for what I didn't have when all I flaunted was what I had. Had me thinking about being the dad, the bad kids that we promised to go have for them. From focusing on what labels to buy to not even caring what I had on as long as you were somewhere close by. And even as I write these words now, I get pissed because you promised not to delete us. That was supposed to be a cardinal sin. Now I'm so hurt I can't even find the hope I have for us in the damn recycle bin. I'm guessing that means love is a virus, right? I mean, how am I supposed to protect myself from what's supposed to heal me? Sometimes I just want you around to put your palms on this page and then maybe you can halfway feel me. Because it's a daily struggle when I'm so used to waking up with loving you on my brain. Now I wake up with all these problems and wondering how I'm going to make it through 24 hours with this pain. I do dumb stuff like walk with no hood in the rain because as a man, I was never taught how to cry. Even stop asking myself why because I get mad. I'm mad at questions that don't have answers. What am I supposed to do? I'm strong with the world on my back. You used to be around to talk me through it. When I was about to quit, you was the one that told me I could do it. Simple and plain, you were all I ever needed. To be honest, I get pissed at this poem every single time I read it. And every woman that's tried to treat me right, I just chased out of sight because I wished it was you. I get mad when they do the things you used to, and I lose my mind when they look at me the way you do. I mean, did. Guessing I got to use everything in the past tense. And I know I sound hopeless, but I'm going to make it. I just hate the roller coaster ride because some days I feel like I'm over you. Come to find out, I'm just under the influence of being oblivious to how much influence you had over my life. And then as if I couldn't get any worse, my insomnia kicks in. And then I'm trying to bribe my emotions to stay dormant, even if it means I come off as weak, or damn, at least see if I can trick them into playing hide and seek. See, I gave you my heart. And most days I don't even really want it back because I'm just going to put it in the cooler on top of the ice, and it really don't deserve that. Instead, I force myself to care for it as I listen to X Factor by Lauryn Hill over and over again, just hoping for the fulfillment and thrill of love again. See, those were the days. Back when I would wake up brainstorming ways to make you smile and continuations of the promises I made you. I know the tone of this poem may sound bitter, but I really don't regret a millisecond of the time that I gave you. I had to learn my lessons. See, your love had me in a time machine. Back to the days of being a kid with a crush, I played thug to the world, but would get weak from your touch. And sometimes now just thinking about how happy you used to make me is too much. Because I was untouchable. You took me through the stages of becoming a man, which was major progress from the days when I was cold and mature and unlovable, and I knew that from the start. So you had my heart since I was 15, and that's why this thing just don't seem real. I mean, for the first 30 days, I wouldn't even eat a complete meal, but always just enough to remain conscious because in my mind, I concocted this idea that if I was that close to starvation, then the thoughts of you would be distorted. It's one of them crazy ideas we get when we're in love. I never even really wanted to finish this poem because I knew deep down that it would be closure, but I realized I'm stronger than before, and I'm really closer to forgiving you. See, I'm almost at peace with the fact that I love you forever. It's ironic to know that the pain you caused me broke me down so far that I can only get better. See, I was so far broken in my mind that I was damn near born again. Heart so tired it took its first beat again, and to be honest, I couldn't even see the light back then, but now I gotta wear Ray-Bans looking at my future. See, they told me every situation serves as a blessing or a lesson, and although I'm really still on the fence, I'm done stressing. I'm done sitting up till 4 a.m. listening to Drake trying to wait for you to text me and tell me you made a mistake. Had so much pain in my eyes that people that barely spoke to me would stop me and tell me that I was a great man, and I would get so pissed because that's all I ever wanted you to understand. Now it crosses my mind that maybe you saw it in me and realized you couldn't handle it and finally decided to set me free. See, I stopped trying to guess what your disappearance means. I did my part. And chasing after you was in the opposite direction of my dreams that I promised myself I was going to make come true. Always know that I love you to the day I die. It just won't be like it ever was back in the day. It's just real ironic that I had to lose you only to find my way.